Okay, here we are at the second video, the comma staircase. Let's go ahead and have a quick slide. Bye, man.
Problem. Let's go.
Comma staircase, multiple commas. Review of the comma staircase. Comma staircase deals with multiple commas. Keep in mind that what's right before the comma usually, but not always, will be a noun. Then what comes after the comma, think of it as a miniature definition of the word right before the comma. Here we have, I traveled to the Himapon forest. Himapon forest is a noun. And what you see after, a magical place in northern Tibet, that is like a miniature definition of the word right before the comma here. Let's look at the next comma down over here. The next comma, the word right before the comma is northern Tibet, which is ruled by China. What is northern Tibet? It's a place ruled by northern China. Remember, a miniature definition should follow a comma, and right before the comma, most of the time, you're going to have a noun. Let's look at the next subsection here, the next phrase. It says a communist country. Communist country is more information about what comes right before that comma, which is China. China is a communist country. Here's another comma. It says communist country, one of the largest in the world. What is one of the largest in the world? The communist country. That communist country is ruled by China. Remember, keep in mind, my suggestion would be whenever you see a sentence that entails multiple commas, don't start at the beginning of the sentence and start trying to cut out comma splices from Mr. Chung. Go right to the end and go to the period. Application of the comma staircase. Here's what you do or work on problem 27. First thing you want to do is go ahead and pick an answer choice. Let's go ahead and start with answer choice A. First thing I do is I trace in where the punctuation is. That's new, and the punctuation, if there's any punctuation that is in the non-underlined portion. I scan in here and look, nope, there's no other punctuation in here except for period. Won't worry about that. So answer choice A, there's only one comma. So what we do is we say here's one comma. Here is years later at a family event. It's a dependent clause. And then we look at the second part, discovered that his Italian ancestors were accomplished coppersmiths. That's also a dependent clause. Right away, that's going to violate the abandoned boxcar. Remember, abandoned boxcar says in order to use one comma, we're going to have an independent clause, we're going to have a dependent clause, and the dependent clause is just like the comma staircase. It's going to be a mini definition of the word that sits right before the comma. Usually that's going to be a noun. In this case here, we have discovered. Is that more information about Lee? No. Go ahead and cross out answer choice A. If you look and C, we have answer choice C. There's also a comma after Lee. Let's trace it in. We do that. And then we see there's a comma before that. Go ahead, trace that in. Then we ask ourselves the same question here. Is discovered the Italian ancestry? Is that more information about Lee? Nope. Also, it feels like there's too many commas. We can go ahead and cross out answer choice A and C so far. Then what we would do is we would move on to the next answer choice. Once again, A and C are out. Let's take a look at answer choice B. B, we go ahead and pick B. B, there is a comma here after family. Let's go ahead and trace it in here. And then now we go ahead and disregard this comma here. So what we do is we say event Lee discovered. Is that more information about the family? No, you can see that that doesn't work either. Let's go ahead and cross that one out. Then what we do, just for fun, we already know the answer is D. Just for fun, we're going to go ahead and correct it anyways. There is a comma after later. So what we do is we come over here, put in a comma after later, and there is a comma after event. We disregard this comma here. So Lee discovered the Italian ancestry. Is that more information about the family event? Yep, that works. And at the family event, is that what happened years later? Yes. D is the correct answer using the comma staircase. Kids, you see the concept here, the idea. Start at the bottom or backside where the period is. Look and see that dependent clause should theoretically give you more information about the word that sits right in front of that. And you see most of the time that's going to be a noun.